You know, I love the Nintendo Switch eShop all year, but the months of October, November, and December are probably my favorite because that's when all these amazing brand new games are dropping. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Square Pegs. I'm Jay. Every month, I take a look at the Switch eShop and I bring you what I think are 10 fantastic games that I think everyone should be playing. This month, we have a great 8-bit demake, we have a remake of a classic 3D platformer, and we have an incredible game of the month from the folks at Devolver that I just think is unbelievable. But let's kick things off right now. We're going to start off with that 8-bit demake, and it stars the angry video game nerd.
So yeah, apologies if my voice is a little terrible in this video, but yeah, I've been super sick over the last week, so I'm on the road to recovery now. I'm mending up, and we are kicking things off with the angry video game nerd 8-bit. This is from the good folks at Retroware and Megacat. This game is really good, and I say that as someone who has legitimately never seen an angry video game nerd video other than what is shown at the start of this game. I actually tried this out at the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo, and it was wonderful, an absolutely magical experience. It is ridiculously hard, but it is super fun. It's set up kind of like a mix between Mega Man, Power Blade, and Shatterhand, if that makes any sense. It feels like a lovely blend of those three fantastic games, just super vulgar in its presentation. And you know what? As a grown-up, I dig it. But do be aware, if you are a parent and you're buying this game for your kid, the strong language is where you earn your M rating on this one. Like every time he dies, he screams the word ass, and that's the gentlest of the language that's used. The game is super difficult, but super fun. It is wonderfully designed with an exciting challenge, fantastic level designs, and some really, really creative power-up systems in play as you're going through. Really awesome title. Something that I really, really dig, and actually kind of makes me want to play the first two games from the Angry Video Game Nerd video game universe. I'll have to check those out sometime down the road. This is a $19.99 game, and if you're looking for something that's a nice 8-bit throwback, that is, I called it a demake in the intro. I don't actually know if it's a demake of the first two games, but if you're looking for something that is an 8-bit version of the Angry Video Game Nerd, this is your hit. Go for it. Of all the games on this list, Lumo 2 is going to be the one that is probably the most controversial choice, and I think it's because it's very much an acquired taste. It is the most European title on the list. It is decidedly a Euro game, and it's something where if you don't love that type of game and you haven't played the original Lumo, you're probably not going to like super love this game, but the concept of it is amazing. So Lumo 2 has 100 different rooms, and in each room there are 100 puzzles you have to solve. Well, no. In each room there is a puzzle you have to solve. So there are 100 puzzles total you have to solve, not 1,000 puzzles. That would be too much. 1,000 puzzles would be a lot. But every room has something different that you need to achieve. And sometimes it's as simple as just walking through and collecting the items that are there. And you'll get the check mark on your cauldron icon that shows up. And sometimes you actually need to go through, find different things that you have to unlock, use different moves to get past the enemies, and solve it that way. There's also ducks you can collect and some mini games to play. It's a really interesting title. I loved the original back on Steam, and I'm really excited to see this one on Switch too. It's a really fun game. It does play on the original Switch as well. It's $24.99. Like I said, this is one where if you don't love a particular British style of game from the 80s and 90s, this probably isn't for you. But if it's something you're curious about, toss it on a wish list. It's worth checking out. Yeah, when I saw this advertised in the last Nintendo Direct, I absolutely knew that this is going to be on a future eShop video. And of course, Power Wash Simulator 2 is on here. I loved the first Power Wash Simulator. It's a fantastic series. It's a Zen game. It's the most relaxing video game I own. I have so much fun with it. It's wonderful. If you don't know the concept of the game, it's a Power Wash Simulator. You're cleaning up the disgusting towns that you live in. And this one improves it in a little bit of ways because there's more locations to go to. There's different cities that you can go to. There's a home base that you're able to decorate, and anything that you buy, you have to clean because the entire landscape of where you exist is disgusting and gross and nasty and awful. I love it. It's a really, really fun title, and it's incredibly relaxing. And it's one of those games that I just get satisfaction of completing a level because when you first go into one, you're just met with this overwhelming wall of filth. And to be able to clean it and make it spotless and make it gorgeous is just a wonderful feeling. Love Power Wash Simulator. I will love this series until its dying breath. I hope it's always around. I hope we get a new Power Wash Simulator game every few years. This one's $24.99, and if you know, you know, and you probably already own it. But if you don't, give it a shot. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Die.
I think I've played all of the Dark Quest games at this point between PC and the Nintendo Switch. And Dark Quest 4 is one that I was really excited to see come up for a code offer because I've loved the other three. They had their flaws, but I liked the concept of it. And I was hopeful that Dark Quest 4 was going to address a lot of those problems. And I am so happy to say that Dark Quest 4 is not only addressing those issues, it's improving the game overall in just so many ways. Like, one of the big issues I've had with the Dark Quest games is that they take a long time to get into. They take a long time to kind of get the hang of and kind of move into, and that's between just kind of understanding the core concept of the game as well as the load times of the game. And Dark Quest 4 doesn't have either of those. The tutorial level is breezy. You understand what you're able to do and what you need to do. You are introduced to all the main characters. You are introduced to the extra characters, so you're able to build your party the way you want. The combat is fun and fast and simple and easy to understand. It's like playing Hero Quest, like playing the board game Hero Quest, just in a digital format, and it works so incredibly well. And as a bonus, this is 1 to 3 player simultaneous single system gameplay, and it's fantastic. This is such a wonderful title, and I'm just so excited that this is showing so many amazing improvements over the previous already excellent games. This is normally $19.99, but through November 25th here in the States, this is on sale for $17.99. So there have been no shortage of Vampire Survivor clone-style games released since that fantastic game dropped a couple of years ago, and I've honestly enjoyed most of them that I've played, and Achilles Survivor is no different. This is a game that takes place in ancient Greece, and it's similar to Vampire Survivor, but it does make some simple changes that really sets itself apart. So first off, it's not pixel art style. It's a 3D world with 3D modeled characters and mythological creatures that you're fighting as you go. One of the things I really dig about this game is you're actually able to set up structures as you go. Like, you mine for resources and things like that. You're able to build turrets and healing stations, and that helps you as you're trying to defeat the levels. And as you go, you are going to unlock other survivors. So it's not just Achilles as you go. There's a ton of different characters that you're going to be able to unlock. There's power-ups that you're able to unlock. There's different abilities from the gods that are going to be bestowed upon you, or different legendary items that are going to be given to you that you're going to be able to use, kind of like you in Vampire Survivor. But it's a really, really fun title, and it's a budget game. It's a $6.99 title that is actually on sale for $5.94 here in the States until November 28th. If you're looking for something that's a little bit different than the traditional Vampire Survivor game, check this one out. I loved the original Yooka-Laylee, and I know that kind of puts me in the minority because a lot of folks thought it was an uneven game that wasn't really balanced all that well, but I really enjoyed it. I wasn't so blind to the fact that it was a brand new 3D platformer from the guys that had worked on Banjo-Kazooie that I didn't see its flaws. There were definitely flaws inherent to it. And when yooka-replaylee got announced, I was very excited because there was a lot of things that were fixed. Now, this is essentially the same storyline overall from the original game, so I'm not going to kind of go into that right now. The game's been out for like 10 years now. If you don't know the storyline, you can look it up. You'll be okay. But the graphics are overhauled for this one. There's new challenges in the game. The controls and the camera have been improved. There's more currency to collect, where you're actually able to get different things to utilize in the Hivory Towers. The soundtrack has been redone and is now orchestral, which sounds a lot better. And there's more things offered through the vending machine Vendy that you're able to get to use as like different cosmetics and things like that to kind of improve the look of your character. It's just a wonderful, wonderful game. I love the characters of Yuka and Laylee. I love Trouser. I love Vendy. I love Rextro. It's just a wonderful universe, and I'm so happy that they revisited this game and have improved it to such an incredible degree. This is a $29.99 game. It's currently on sale for 30% off at $20.99. So if you're curious about this one, be sure to check it out. And if you have played the original and you weren't satisfied with it, I think this will correct a lot of the problems that you had with it. Jack Move is a game I'd had my eyes on for a little while. It was originally released in 2022, and in fact, this is the only game on this list that wasn't released within the last month. But this is one that I had had my eyes on because it's a cyberpunk RPG, and I really liked the pixel art design of it, and I loved the animations that I had seen from it. I just thought it was a gorgeous game. And when I picked it up on a discount a couple of weeks ago, and I kind of thought it wasn't going to be something that was really going to catch my attention. I just liked the look of it. But instead what I got was a deeply tactical RPG that has some really amazing design elements going for it. Like, the characters are great. Noah is a wonderful character. The storyline is wonderful. The different denizens of Brighttown and the villains of Monomind are like just deep and rich and fun to experience and fun to want to be around. And it's just a really, really creative title that takes a regular turn-based RPG and just adds some really neat cyberpunk flair on it. Very, very cool title, and I think there's some really promising combat aspects here that I think a lot of folks would really enjoy. I like the ability to kind of customize your moves and things like that. It's just a really creative game. $19.99 title. I think it's worth picking up. If you're looking for a really neat RPG, this is one to keep an eye on.
When zombies first roamed these lands, the humans fled to their cities.
I love a good puzzle adventure game, and when I saw gameplay of Gloomy Eyes, I was so intrigued by what the game offered and what the concept of it was. And it's really, really creative. So it's a co-op game, but it's a single-player co-op game because you are going to play as two different characters. You're going to play as both Gloomy, who is the little zombie boy, and Nina, the little girl who wants to befriend everybody and bring the sun back to the world. And as you go through, you're going to have different puzzles where you're going to need both characters to solve them, to move through the different levels. And it's incredibly sweet. Like, that's the only way I can really put it. Like, Corpse Bride is also an incredibly sweet film, and this feels a little bit like that. It's very Tim Burton-esque. I am really, really impressed with how well this plays and how incredibly well it runs. This is a $24.99 game. This is a Nintendo Switch title, and on the Switch 2, it's just an absolute dream. It plays so well. I really do like puzzling adventure games, and Gloomy Eyes fits the bill perfectly.
Time to show him off speed.
This is a really, really clever game because it's not one that I really had any kind of inclination towards. This was a code request I put in. I thought the look was really nice. It's a 2D roguelite cyberpunk game where you play as a mutated cat. Yep, just go with it. And it's a really interesting concept of a game. So you start at the top. It's kind of like Downwell in that regard, where you start at the top of a level and you have to work your way to the bottom, at least from what I have played so far. And as you go, you're just going to absolutely destroy the environment around you. Everything is destructible. There's tons of enemies to fight. There's explosives to set off to destroy and collect the money on. And when you get to the bottom, you go to the next part of the level. It's really amazing. There's a combo counter involved that's going to increase bonuses and recharge your special attacks depending on what you're able to achieve in combat as you go. It's really challenging, but it's not so challenging that you're going to want to throw the controller across the room. It's just fun. And it rewards you for being aggressive. It's like a game that wants you to go balls out and just wreck as much as you can. It's super, super fun. There's different cards that you're going to be able to collect, which are going to allow you to enhance your cat's abilities, and it's going to allow you to mutate your character a little bit. It's great. This is a $9.99 game, and I am blown away by how good it is. If you're looking for a fun cyberpunk cat-themed video game, which, I mean, who among us isn't, check out Clawpunk. It's awesome. This game caught me by surprise, and I am so happy to play Ball X Pit. It is absolutely my game of the month, and I did not expect it to be going into this month. So This is a fantasy roguelite where you are, for combat, basically playing a high-stakes game of Arkanoid or Breakout, where your character, there are different characters you can unlock, your character is going to be shooting different, basically, pinballs up the board, and you're going to be using it to take out the characters that are present. It's a little bit like Strikey Sisters in that regard, and as you go, the board is going to widen a little bit. You're going to get different power-ups and different abilities that are going to allow you to just mow through the bad guys and collect resources and level up power-ups and things like that. It is fantastic, and the gameplay is super fun, and the boss fights are massive and crazy and huge. It's awesome. And then there's an entire build system into this game as well, where you're trying to grow your town and discover new realms and build your city. It's such an incredible game. Like, this is just, it's Devolver at their absolute best. And I really need to stop doubting what they're able to do and what they're able to publish, because literally everything they put out is something that I love. This was developed by Kenny Sund, and it is an absolutely magnificent game. There's both a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 version. If you have the Nintendo Switch release, there is a free upgrade pack, and you will not be disappointed by this game. This is one that I have had an absolute ton of fun with, and it will 100% be in my Game of the Year countdown.
There you have it. 10 amazing eShop games. Now, some of these might have physical releases. Be sure to check your local shops or check online to see if there are physical releases. Obviously, if you're a physical collector, go with that. If you're not, these are digital options that I think you might enjoy. What's your favorite game that I featured this month? I really like the Angry Video Game Nerd game. I love yooka-replaylee, but Ball X Pit is one that I cannot top. It is blending some of my favorite genres, and I just think it is absolutely brilliant. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you really enjoyed it, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you stick around. And until next time, remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.